podcast, date night, and threesomes?
Hey, ChatSuite family. How are you today? I'm here with my girl Shani, and we are back again with this crazy Real Housewives of Potomac. Shani. They're talking about it all. They're talking about it all. We're going to get into it real quick for you all so you can, because we know your time is limited and we want to bring you guys this information as quickly as possible. Gizelle and Robyn, who knew? I didn't. Shani, did you know they had a podcast
I
started?
certainly did not. I
All
wonder
right.
how it's doing. Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
they say it's called Reasonably Shady. She said during the pandemic they were doing a lot of photo ops together on Instagram because they're besties. And somebody said people were suggesting, hey, why don't you guys do a podcast? I mean, I don't know what they would be talking about that anybody would. Well, I guess they
Right, come
do.
on, messy BS, messy
Yeah,
stuff.
messy stuff, right? Because as Gizelle said, Robyn's reasonable and I'm a little bit shady. So that's how it's a cute little name though. I give it to him for that. I like the name of it.
Yeah, I
So
think so too. That is cute.
yeah, it's cute. We got to listen to it as see if it's somewhere we can hear what they're talking about. And Robyn family, if you didn't see it, we're talking about season 6, episode 3 of Real Housewives of Potomac. Gizelle came in. Her and Robyn are doing a podcast together. They're calling it Reasonably Shady. Robyn, again, late as usual, to the podcast meeting for their photo shoot. But she got in there, got herself all the way together. They looked beautiful. They did, the little outfits and everything. Gizelle, in the meantime, before Robyn got there, Shani, I know this made your head spin around. She started talking about that Jamal.
Oh my God.
I know. She started talking to this hairdresser about Jamal, saying she didn't know how well she could fare into this long distance relationship. She didn't think it was doable. Again, remember, family, this was during the pandemic. Her hairdresser, she said, I just don't think a long distance relationship is doable. The hairdresser was like, I do. I was like, he said, as long as people are communicating and things are, as they should be. She said, well, I just realized I need a guy that's 8 minutes away, somebody that can be all up in my face and take care of my needs. I was like, Gizelle, if you don't stop talking about this Jamal.
She's trying to stay fake. I mean, like trying to keep up the facade so that she won't seem as though what they were saying the last time was true or what? Because it's just.
We don't care. Nobody cares about that. I mean, I really wish she knew that nobody cared about that, really. Like she could say, I'm done with him, and she would probably get an applause. Everybody would probably stand up and say,
nobody wants her to be with them anyway, right?
Absolutely. So if she only really realized this. So they went head on. They had the photo shoot, and Gizelle decided while they were at the photo shoot to reach out to Mia because they wanted to kind of connect with her outside of Karen. They sent her a text, hey Mia, let's get together. Let's do a girls' night with some cocktails. And we just want to, hang out with you. This invitation is not for Karen. Well, that didn't fare well with Mia.
Yeah, but I want to say this.
I'm listening.
I agree. I can understand why Mia would say, because they actually said, don't bring Karen. Because when you invite someone, do you think that is carte blanche for you to bring whoever you want to bring with you or whatever? I don't, I'm saying, I just don't think that was reasonable for Gizelle to even write. Like what Mia was saying, why did she even write that on there?
Right.
Because
yes, go ahead, Shani. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, why did she even write that on there? Because that wasn't necessary. Because when you invite somebody that doesn't mean that I'm going to bring my other friends with me. What?
Right. Absolutely. Right.
But I will say Mia's reaction, that was a little bit that was over the top too. Right?
Yes.
Anyway, but go ahead. I don't want to jump ahead. What you're going to say.
That's okay. It's all good and relevant. So it's the truth. So they sent the text out waiting to get a response from Mia. In the meantime, they fade to black. The camera went over to Ashley and Michael. They're having a date night before the baby comes. And Ashley is all the way out with this baby. I mean, her baby bump is out there. But she looks so beautiful.
Michael, so cute too. I love her dress. Wasn't that cute?
Yeah, she looked adorable. Michael's being so kind and precious with her and really making sure she's okay. He's opening her door, and even when they got out of the car, he said, listen, you look so beautiful. Give me some sugar, give me a kiss. And so she was like, oh, baby. They went in. unbeknownst to her, Michael's like, you know what? My partners and I were thinking about getting into a new business. She's like, really? What business? He wants to get into movie producing. She's like, what? She's like, wait a minute, hold on now. Instantly, she went into mommy mode. She's thinking about the financials, like, don't go getting into a venture because we have children. I want to make sure that we have enough money left to take care of these kids. He's like, don't worry about it. They cut to fade on remember this kangaroo restaurant and how they had such a blowout when he wanted to close this restaurant and all this. So she, I understood what she was saying. Shani, how did you feel? Because she was just like, I just want to make sure that you're thinking about financially what we invest in so that we don't hit zero before these children have what they need.
I think so too. And again, maybe we don't know the full extent of the financial woes that they have when they had that restaurant. But to me, he's a bit, just like he's made a point to say that, of course, I'm going to research everything I need to before I begin this venture. I'm known for that. So I don't know, but she reaching. And then instantly, this is back to when he first said starting movies. What kind of movies I thought he was going to try to make.
Oh my gosh. That's $1 million industry, so he might, but I hope, God, please, just stick with the motion picture. Stick with the motion picture.
That's what I instantly thought, but that's probably not it. But knowing, him, he might want to, right? But
my goodness.
I think that was a little premature, all that stuff. She was, I don't know. But I guess she's, like you said, she's looking out for the family.
Yeah. But he seems like he's a money man. Like, he seems like he's about, making that money the right. I don't know, but like I said, she knows the financial space. But out to dinner, they were doing good, and this little baby is kicking so much. She was like, "Listen, we have to go." They ended the date early, which was good. They had a nice time for the time they were there. Karen came on the scene. She had a beautiful, beautiful chat, which I love this moment with Karen and her daughter Raven. They had a beautiful conversation. She just checked in with her to see what's going on. Had this really wonderful banter. Karen let her daughter Raven know that she was being nominated to be the ambassador of her old hometown. And they're really looking to do a lot of stuff like, farm to table with the food, making sure it's fresh vegetables. She really wants to put a highlight on rural America.
And I appreciate that. She's
me too. And they showed her brother too. Was her brother talking to Ray, right? Karen's brother was in on the.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Or cousin or something. It was somebody in her family was having a conversation with Ray, talking about what their plans were. And so it was really nice. Raven is working in New York. It's her first executive job. So she's doing great. And Karen kind of put a little dig into Raven, which was so cute. She was like, "Can you talk to your dad for me to make sure that I get the right wedding ring on our non-renewal?" So they were laughing on that and stuff. So it was just a really cute exchange. And one thing that Raven said, she really looked up to her mom, admired her so much. She said her mother is such a great, woman and just who she is. And she just, it was just a really wonderful moment between a mom and a daughter with her. And I really like their relationship. It's beautiful. So what'd you say, Shani?
I felt that too. You could feel the love, that motherly love. It was sweet. It was.
Yeah, it was really sweet. They got over here to Mia. Mia is in straight boss mode, going into the joint facility that they have. Those businesses, she has 14 of them. And I think, are they opening 3 more? She said 3 more under construction. Yes, 3 more under construction. So as you can see, she is out being the boss. She said G held this down for so long. They kind of switch roles. He's being, daddy at home, and she's out there running the businesses. And so G tried to tell her, because she had so many meetings this day that, hey, slow it down. So you have to strike a little bit of balance, so you don't miss out on these great moments with her son, because there were some times where, she said, "I'm gonna do something, I'll take you here." She hasn't been available. And G let her know. G is her husband, for anybody who didn't know. That's Mia's husband, Gordon. She calls him G. He was just letting her know that the son really values the time that he gets a chance to spend with his mom. So don't discount that and get so busy that you forget about that. So they had that moment. It was cute and everything. And so, again, this episode kind of showing those different family dynamics, what's happening between each family, which was good. Give you a little bit of insight where it just wasn't back-to-back drama, which was a good feeling too,
I'm glad you brought that up, because that is true. Now you think about, because it's Karen and Raven, then and with that situation with her son, and Gizelle next. I'm sorry, I want to jump the gun. Gizelle with her daughters, right? Yeah,
right. So it was good. I like when they kind of give us that back insight a little bit. And it's not just so much all that cattiness with all, I mean, these people are real people too. So Robyn, again, she's trying to get it together. She went on a health fitness space where she said, I'm going to kickstart my fitness because, as she said, she's always been in great shape, kept herself together. The pandemic, of course, has weighed on everybody in some ways. She felt it too. And she's like, living with someone who's a coach, meaning Juan, he's always about, making sure working out and staying in good health and stuff. So she started it out. She had Ascala and Wendy come and meet her for this. And so that was pretty cool. They had a little kiki moment talking about response that Mia gave Gizelle and Robyn about the invitation. Right. So after Mia was invited to the date night little girl cocktails with the girls, she responded and said, if it's not business that you need to talk to me about, Gizelle, there's nothing else that you and I need to talk about. Something to that extent. I'm not saying it verbatim. Very aggressive text message back. Things were thrown out of context. It was received wrong. It was replied to wrong. They cleaned it up a little bit when they, got to meet each other. Candace chimes in. She's having a townhouses soul party. What she called it? What did she call it,
oh my goodness. But the thing said Pajammy Jam, but it was something to the fact into the I don't remember the
right, something like back to the townhouse or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So her and Chris, they got themselves a new house, beautiful home and everything. So that was wonderful. They showed Candace in the studio too, which I thought was interesting, with her singing. And she's right. Yes. She's
talking about what's the name? Auto-tune. She needed some auto-tunes too. I'm sorry.
She's an independent artist. And so we're going to see what this career, because like I said, she's going to get a master's. She's got a singing career, and she's, into the movie industry. So I don't know. Candace says she's going to do it all. So we'll see. Hopefully her and Ashley, like I said, get back together. Maybe she can star in one of Michael's new movies that he'll be producing. That's great. So that friendship can come full circle, right? I would love to see that. Yes. Little Gracie, our little Gracie with Giselle's daughter. She's trying to take her driver's test again. Failed it again. I was like, oh my God, 4 times. I was like, but hey.
The sister said 3 times is a charm. They thought that she was going to get it this time.
Yeah, they were rooting for it, but sometimes that test is tricky. So Gracie, don't feel bad. I mean, I'm sure by now, that was in the pandemic. I'm sure by now Gracie's got her hands on the wheel and she's rolling around town. So yes. So they had coming on down, Candace had it was the buy townhouse pajama party. So Karen arrived first, which is good. They said, hey, look like good times around the corner. Here come Robyn. She came in. Now, this was interesting, Shawnee. I want to know, Robyn seemed like she didn't even want to speak to Karen.
She sure did. It
was nasty. I was like,
but then Karen talking about, why would you, I don't know why Karen started talking about wine. Or why are you talking about that? We had a little tiff about this a couple of weeks ago. Why are you bringing that up? I was disappointed in Karen for bringing that up.
So family, for those who didn't see it, Robyn walked in, Karen spoke to her. Robyn kind of gave it a cold shoulder, but Karen continued to engage like, hey, Robyn, how you been doing? How's Juan doing? And she went right into asking Robyn about this marriage thing again. Leave that alone.
Thank you.
Karen, leave that alone. If you want to talk about you and Ray renewing your vows, you do that. And talk about if you're having an intimate space or not, but don't keep challenging her about whether her and Juan will they get married? When will they do it? Because, obviously they're going to do it on their own time whenever they do it, if they ever do it.
Exactly.
So it's what it is.
It's obviously it's a point of contention for a little bit, maybe. Yeah. So why would you keep on talking about it? Don't be messing with Auntie Karen. You don't do that.
Stop it. Gizelle came in. Some more haterade came through the door. She said, as soon as she walked in, she said, I see a hater is here. And she was talking about Karen. I said, oh my God. Are they
mature? Like, who are these grown tail women acting this foolish?
I want to know, Shawnee, do you think, how are they going to be able to work together like this?
I don't know. It's going to come to a head at some point, because it's just really, but I remember I told you back a couple episodes back, we said that, and the blogs I've read, that they had tried to ice her out and film without her, Gizelle and Robyn.
But what production wouldn't allow it?
I don't know how successful they were with that. I don't know, but we only what 3 episodes,
Yeah.
3 episodes in, so it's a lot more. At least it's at least 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they stake, and it's interesting because you can see, like, they really staking their like claim with their friends this season. Like Karen's bringing in her ally, Mia. Robyn's bringing in her ally, Ascala.
Yeah.
Like everybody's getting somebody, you know what I mean, on their team. It's really interesting. I thought, and I'm sure Ascala would be involved with Gizelle and Robyn as that friendship developed. It's just really interesting. Wendy came in, so this was what was crazy too. Family that you didn't see it. Well, again, once Gizelle came in, said her little talk to Karen, and they had their little funny exchange about the nonsense that they're going through. Candace realized that she did not invite Ashley. She said, and they thought, everybody was like, what do you mean you forgot to invite? She's like, I forgot to invite her. I really did. And so I didn't realize they still had a little problem.
Yeah. Well, just remember she was upset with Ashley because she made a statement about that incident.
Yes.
And she didn't even see it, but she was making a statement for Monique's character.
Yes.
So how can you be mad at her for that? I mean, like, girl, bye. Just like Ashley, I mean, what's her name? Candace? Stop.
Yeah. Right.
That's over with. That was last year, whatever, 2 years ago, really.
Right.
Leave it alone.
Please.
Move on.
Move on. She's not on here anymore. Let it go. Like, exactly. Right. Wendy came in. I wanted to ask you this, Shani. Why did she immediately ask if Karen was at the party yet? As soon as Wendy came in, she said, is Karen here?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's her new ally. I don't know. Maybe she.
I don't, because I mean, she just went to her to be a mentor, remember? And I was like,
right.
What's going on? You don't want?
That was interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it made me think to myself. I said, "Oh, it's a target on Karen. She better watch out." Like, I don't know what they're trying to do, but like you said, they're trying to do something. Yeah,
but I don't think Wendy's gonna pop up because Wendy said recently that Karen was the only one who really stuck by her when Gizelle was talking that junk about Eddie.
Okay, gotcha. Good. Oh, thank goodness that she. Yeah. I'm glad. Ascala came in. Ascala had a hair blowout today. She looked beautiful. Like a little Ethiopian princess. I mean, she's. I want to see her family. I want to know this whole dynamic with her. Hope they expound on that. I really do. Mia came in. That was the last one to come in. They were talking about Mia when they came in. Karen had said to Gizelle, they talked about this little exchange that happened on his text message, and the reason why maybe Mia responded the way she did about, hey, don't try to, I'm not talking to you, Gizelle, about anything if it doesn't have to do with business, because she said she didn't want to invite Karen. And Karen was like, hey, you didn't say don't bring Wendy, don't bring Candace, you said don't bring Karen. And so for you to say that in that way, she felt some sort of way about that, which
I get it.
I get it. I do get that too. Because I mean, it was intentional.
It was. Yeah.
Right, for sure. And so both of them, like I said, miscommunication. Everybody could have worded things a little bit different. Or Gizelle could have just said, Mia, Robyn and I want to hang out with you. Why don't we meet out for date night? Drink night for girls' night. And I'm sure Mia would not have brought Karen, and Karen would not have gone, even if she had invited her.
I don't think she would have gone either. I don't.
Right. Absolutely. So I was like, Mia came in. They hit her with it as soon as she came in about the text being too aggressive, like, hey, let's straighten this up, and Mia said, let's be clear. One thing that I don't like, I don't allow anyone to tell me what to do. She then proceeded to ask about how many businesses everybody had, which made.
But to me, they took it out of context because she was saying, would you do this if you had as a business owner, would you allow someone to dictate to you who you, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
It wasn't that she was trying to say,
thank you.
Oh, I got a business and you don't. Or everybody who got, I mean, like, and Robyn, like, sorry, Robyn is,
Yes, because Ascala jumped in. Family, for you all didn't see, Ascala jumped in. She's like, hey, this is going too far. Like, I want to just we need to clear this up. And that's when Mia came and she said, like, how many businesses do you own? That Robyn, who cares how many businesses you own? That, what is that? Like Shani said, she blew it out of context because she wasn't saying it. She was just saying, as a boss, as a CEO, as whomever, do you let people dictate what you do in that way when you're handling things? And so, Mia said, listen, I want to go over here. She whispered to Karen, I'm going to go in here and make some amends. She wanted to speak to Robyn and Gizelle to the side, and that she was sorry, and that she was sorry for her text being aggressive in the way it was. But Gizelle didn't just accept that. She kind of put a dig back in, which I hate when people
What
say
did she
that.
say? What did she say? I forgot that.
She said, well, just make sure you don't ever talk to me or respond to me in that way
Oh.
again. I was like, no, hold on a minute now. What you said, Sean?
I said, I know, but lady, bye. I mean, it's like, come on.
I was like, wait now, hold on, because
Talk to me.
she can respond again however she wants to. I mean, you don't put that determination in that way. But Mia was like, okay, I receive it. She just, hushed down and played her lane. She didn't try to get, outrageous with them anything. Went on at the pajama by
Can I
townhouse
just say
party.
something about
Yes.
Robyn? To me, that's something Robyn's messy because remember she was saying, "Oh, because obviously Karen must have soured her against us." No, Karen did not. Because remember, Karen has initially said at the beginning, the first episode, that I'm going to allow them. I'm not going to stop them from being friends with the rest of these girls. I'm going to allow her to form her own opinions. I'm not going to give her a jaded view of that.
Yeah.
Like, so Robyn, hush.
Yeah, she has to hush because
important.
yeah, they have like I don't know, maybe I know they know Karen but they have the way they respond to her is so much different a lot of times from how she's reacting to situations. I'm like, she's not on that petty job that it seems like you guys are wrong. It's really interesting. They had a game night. Candace wanted to do a couple of games. Never Have I Ever. And was that the main game?
Yeah.
Never Have I Ever. You know that game. You never have I ever. You say something, and if you did it, then you take a drink. And so came on down the line when they asked about had anybody ever had another party into the intimate space was between them and their spouse.
Threesome.
Yes. And Mia, she drank her champagne and she said yes. And so everybody's like, oh my God, oh wow. And Mia said, listen, it wasn't even anything that I wanted to be in. I was to the side popping champagne just on my voyeurism, really, like as, Big G, Big G is her husband, Joe Gordon, as Big G and the lady, did what they had to do. So everything works for different people. Like Mia said, she said, I'm leading with complete transparency. I'm trying to let you guys know who I am. I hope that they can get to a point where they are on really better terms. Wasn't this drama filled on episode 3, family? They just kind of like showed some of the dynamics inside of these families, showed, what's happening with the girls. I gave you, like I said, a little drama at this pajama party, but it wasn't a big drama situation this time. Shani, what'd you think?
No, I agree. It was not. It was just, just pretty even kill.
Yeah. So
normal little stuff. It wasn't
bad. Listen, this was our Real Housewives of Potomac wrap-up review. Not that hot with that much drama this particular episode, but still a good one. Our ladies, again, it's just the beginning. It's just episode number 3. They're revving up. They're going to come with the heat soon enough. Pandemic and all, they're going to bring it all the way down the line. So, all right, family. Well, listen, thank you guys for stopping by. We appreciate your viewership so much. Continue to rock with us. We hope you give us a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for sure. And again, if you like what we're doing, pass it on to your friends and come back and see us. We'll be here every week. All right. See you later.